Hey guys, it's your e-girl in crisis, Speedy, bringing you Catwoman today. One of my favorite pictures, bam, by Art Germ. Don't know if you guys know who that is. You should check his stuff out. Pretty cool. So I'm still gonna be doing the makeup, but today's inspiration. Let's see, because we got 80 years of Catwoman. We have Gotham Girls. We have Sirens. I have Long Halloween somewhere. But today's inspiration is going to be a little bit comic book, a little bit makeup, a half and half kind of thing going on. Anyway. So, Catwoman. Meow. I know, I'm sure you can hear my cats in the back room making all kinds of crazy noises, as they are ones to do. Can't say I really blame them. So Catwoman first appeared in 1940 in Batman #1. She was originally known as the Cat. That's it. Not Catwoman. Not, anything else. Just the Cat. She didn't even have her iconic cat suit during her first appearance. That did not come along till later. Now, when she was originally introduced, she was meant, as they had stated, for sex appeal. And to give the female readers someone to kind of relate to. Which, hey, it worked. I mean, seriously. Let's stop for a minute. Stop comic books. Talk about the fact that growing up, I feel like watching the Batman cartoon, you were either like in love with Catwoman, or you were in love with Wonder Woman, or you wanted to be Catwoman, or you wanted to be Wonder Woman. I mean, I know there's some people out there that are going to be like, but Batgirl. Fuck Batgirl. Seriously. I said it, I'll say it again. Never really have been a Batgirl fan. I think she's kind of overrated. So she does not get counted on the list, And I get people to be like, oh, but she's such a good influence. Read her stories and then tell me that. Read her stories and then tell me that. Anyway, sorry, I digress. My lines are a little shaky for this look, but whatever. I'll make it work. Anyway, so, that seemed to be a common thing growing up. You either hardcore Cat fan or Wonder Woman fan. You kind of picked and chose then if you were about the anti-hero or the villain, or you were all for Wonder Woman, which is cool. Either way, respect. Everyone, they make something for everyone. I personally, clearly, Catwoman fan. Something about her was super cool. Be it the fact that, she really didn't have powers at all. Much like a good amount of Batman's, rogue gallery. Catwoman was just someone who was very, very skilled. She was skilled gymnast. She was a master thief. She had badass weapons. She had her whip, her claws. She had her pistons for climbing, even when she originally debuted in the comic books. With that being said, there are a few kind of issues there throughout history with Catwoman in the comics. I mean, as is to be expected, just because it's comic books, is what it is when it comes to the comic books. So, originally, she was a villain. She was, a femme fatale. She had the sex appeal. She was there, to kind of play chess with Bruce Wayne. She wasn't just there because. She was a member of the Rogues Gallery. She was a criminal. Long before she was an anti-hero. She just kind of, has evolved over time. Much like a lot of other comic book characters we know and love today. The difference being that she had gone from being a prominent comic book character, very prominent, showing up for years. In the 90s, she became the anti-hero, doing the wrong things for the right reasons. However, while we know her today, and we've always thought as Catwoman as a character who has thrived, she really hasn't. In September 54, there we go, had to peek at my notes there. They actually had to pull Catwoman. Friggin' from September 1954 all the way up till November 1966. There was no Catwoman at all. That was it. She was gone. She had been removed because the authority, the Comics Code of Authority rules, due to their views on how she was. They, kind of were involved with the development and the portrayal of female characters. That was their whole shebang. They basically came in and rained on everyone's parade and was like, nah, she gotta go. It's too much sex appeal. It's wrong. Yeah, seriously, these dudes, they needed to get a life. Because they came in and, they got rid of one of the most beloved characters. Because love her or hate her, people knew who she was. People were interested in Catwoman. They wanted to know, what she was going to do next. What kind of things was she going to do next? And to this day, honestly, she still is a beloved character that people are always like, what's she doing? What is she going to do? What's going to happen? Is she really on Bruce Wayne's side? Is she really helping Batman? Or, is it for her own gain? Which is fair. I mean, she really has shown that she lives in the gray. She is kind of out for herself and for her best interest, and she's going to do what she thinks is the right thing to do. Wow, I have shit all over my face. Again, this is not a family-friendly thing if you have issues with cuss words, because your girl, she cussed like a sailor. Anyway. So she's kind of always been one of those characters that's there, kind of important to the Bat family lore, the mythos even, especially because, like I said, she was in Batman #1 in 1940. So she wasn't like Harley Quinn, who was created for the animated series and then later went into the comic books. She wasn't an Ivy, who, still love Poison Ivy. I am not. You're not going to come for me. I am not talking bad about those two. I am stating facts. Okay? It's facts. But either way, so they did have to remove her for a while because people are ridiculous and they think things should be censored for no reason. Cancel culture. So, on top of all this, now 2 other women have actually used the Catwoman name. It has not just been Selena Kyle, although she is the most recognized as Catwoman, as she is the original. She actually has, not been the only one, which may be shocking to some. Maybe some of y'all knew that. The other two to rock the Catwoman moniker. The name Catwoman, the ID, were Holly Robinson, who Catwoman actually adopted and raised in some of her storytelling from her time as a prostitute when she worked for the mob. Again, that's one variation of Catwoman's actual origin. The other, now I am probably going to more than likely butcher this name, so I apologize in advance. Your girl's got some issues. It's fine. Was Iko Hasagawa? Maybe. Those two were the other two to, use the Catwoman name and don the Catwoman uniform. So, Selina's the OG. These two, though, have used the name, proving that there has been more than one Catwoman. Which is interesting because a lot of characters, you will find out, be it reading comic books or whatever, that they're not the only ones who have used these names. That there have been others that came before them, all that type of stuff. Anyway, get this off my face. Oh, no. Anyway, moving on. If I can get these lines off so I can go back to my information bit. She has had... Oh, that was a cool glitch. Anyway. Catwoman has actually been ranked. Different comic book sources, everything. As IGN, in their top 100 comic book villains of all time, she got number 11. She got number 51 for Wizards' top villains of all times. But in quite a conundrum. She's gotten these placements as villain. She also made it to IGN's number 20 on top heroes of all time. So yeah, figure that one out. Number 11 villain, number 20 hero. Just saying. Now, when Catwoman was created, because of what she was created to be, she was never to be a villain that killed. That was not their purpose for her. She wasn't going to kill. She just wasn't. That wasn't what they wanted her for at all. So, she was made literally to be a villain, but not a hardcore villain like the Joker, like the Riddler, who we're going to talk about at some point. Yeah, there's something coming on the Riddler. Don't worry. But, she was there to kind of antagonize Batman. Antagonize and attract him and really kind of give him pause. Okay, she cute. She a villain, but she cute. But maybe I can, help her be better. And her mind always, is like, maybe I can get him to play my game. Because you never know. You never really know what someone's got going on underneath that suit. So, now, her origins of mass confusion. There's a lot. I picked a handful. So, Batman number 62. This was December 1950. So in December 1950, her first origin. She's an amnesiac flight attendant. Yeah. She's got amnesia. She has no idea who she really is. Girl's got amnesia. That's it. She's not a villain. She's not a thief. She has amnesia. That's it. A bad case of amnesia. Hop in, I guess. However, yeah, it was brave and bold. issue number 197 in April 1983. She admits that, wasn't true. It was in fact a lie. She was in fact not amnesiac, none of the things. It was just her way of staying out of trouble. Which, hey, I get it. We all get it. Gotta do what you gotta do to stay out of trouble. Am I right? I think I'm right. So, now we come to the point where, her final 2 appearances for a while, when they were like, nah, she gotta go. Too sexy. Too sexy. They were Batman number 84 in June 1954, and Detective Comics number 211 in September 1954. That was it. She was gone. She disappeared, and we would not see the cat again until 1966. That is when she reappeared. She finally came back. And after she came back, different stories started happening again. In the 70s, there was Earth 2 Catwoman. Now, Earth 2 Catwoman and Bruce Wayne were married. And they produced a daughter who later became known as the Huntress, Helena Wayne. Yeah. Earth 2. Gotta watch out for that. Because these stories, they overlap. They overlie. Everyone kind of has their own take on things. Blah, blah, blah. So, we have that. Where, so Earth 2 Catwoman, definitely a little bit different than our initial Earth 1 Catwoman. Obviously our Batman's different too, because you have, they're married, they're happily married, they have a child, they have a life, even though their child does grow up to be Huntress, so I don't really know how to feel about that. Maybe it wasn't that great. And then the Earth 2 Golden Age Catwoman, guys, kill her off. 1970. Like late 70s. My bad. Kill her off. She doesn't exist anymore. She dead. And we're just like, alright, one of the cats has got to go. Let's kill our Earth 2 Catwoman counterpart. Let's get rid of her. Which, alright. Now, she dies because she was blackmailed into putting back on the cat suit. It was kind of force of hand, if you will, but not by the hand. They're Marvel, not DC. Anyway, so she puts on the suit after being blackmailed, and of course, as it goes, dies. It's shown in Superstars, DC Superstars, number 17 in December of 1977. But this is what happened. Which is fine. Now, DC and Marvel do the same. They both do it. They're both guilty of it. We all kind of love it anyway. We hate it. We love it. As readers, as fans. It's just something we've kind of known to accept for a while about both companies. They do a lot of alternate realities, alternate timelines. One of them highlighted Catwoman being a killer. It was Earth B's Catwoman in the 70s was actually a killer. She murdered. Yeah. I mean, obviously they explained later on that no. This is just kind of a fun little what if adventure, a little different version of her to keep people entertained, keep people interested. You know, give her another story, another version, because we need that. We need multiple stories about her, multiple origins, everything. So, as that goes on, other stories of her have emerged. I mean, we have Gotham by Gaslight, which is incredible. Both the animated and the story itself, I highly recommend. I know I look kind of crazy right now, but whatever. I'm amusing myself as I am doing this. Anyway. So you've got the Gotham. Then you have Catwoman Year One, which again shows her training to become Catwoman, which is cool. We like that. We like seeing her become Catwoman in the training effect. At this point, you know, we all kind of know each character's origin story after being told so many times, so many ways, by so many people. It's kind of like, all right, you pick your favorite. Boom. That's their origin for your mind. You know, you don't have to go with what you're being told. You just have to have that mindset that, okay, this is the origin I like. This is the one we're going with. So, this is where I would say 87, when Frank Miller did his take on the cat and changed her origin in Batman Year One. He kind of gave her his version. That's where Holly Robinson is introduced for the first time in Batman. She came along in Frank Miller's, and then later on they expanded more on it in 1989. It was Mindy Newell who expanded on Miller's story. You know, she did the Year One. And then you have stories like, I think it was after Long Halloween. Let me look. Yeah. Long Halloween. Amazing story. Seriously, one of the best comic book stories. And I will fight anyone who says otherwise. Because if you don't think so, you're wrong. You're just wrong. I don't understand how you could not think that is one of the best stories ever done. For the cat and the bat and in comic book history in general. Because it is. Go read it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway. So you have that. And then, in that story though, damn if they don't fuck with her origin again. Now this time, and this is one that I personally enjoy. I think it's a good one. It's an interesting take on her. Is her actually being the illegitimate daughter of Falcone, the crime boss. You know, kind of puts some weight as to her personality, her training, the fact that she knows how to behave in a wealthy setting with wealthy people, how she can do it all and blend and not seem out of place. Just my opinion, you know. Just saying. It's a viable one in my mind. Yeah, I'm not real great at what I'm doing over here, but I'm having fun, and that's what counts. So you get that. I mean, that's further explored in Catwoman When in Rome. It's a story. It's a comic book story. It's an interesting one. Not necessary, but fun. I mean, and that's kind of, hold on. Comic books really are all about is having fun. Having those stories. Getting to read them. Getting to see what these characters do. when they're given information that they didn't have initially. And just these little fun side adventures they go on to find out who they are, where they've come from. I mean, and then you had the fact that she was the only one of the only ones in Night Quest who actually realized it was Azrael running around as Batman and not Bruce Wayne. Like, she was it. She was, she knew. Which proves their relationship pretty freaking serious. I mean, come on. She knew who he was. She knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman, and she had known, and even though she's a villain, she never actually told anyone, like, hey, yeah, that billionaire, yeah, he's Batman, guys. So you got that. I mean, and again with her, it's a lot. There's a lot of lore, a lot of story, a lot of history with this character. I mean, 93, you get her ongoing. And it was penciled by Jim Balnett, but it had multiple writers. No Man's Land. Catwoman shows up, helps defeat Lex Luthor. Like, she's just like, yeah, Batman, what's up? I'm here. I'm gonna help you. And she does. She helps him take out Lex Luthor. Which, we all know who the real life Lex Luthor is. Yeah. And if you don't, I'm sorry. But I can't tell you that information. It's top secret. Yeah, this is going to take a minute. Sorry. And then November 2008, it's Hush's turn to attack. Hush is launching his war against Bruce Wayne, against Batman. He knows that the Bat and the Cat are definitely more than friends. He knows who the Cat is. He knows that she's Selina Kyle. So, he does what any villain would do that had the skill. Some might have done it anyway. He surgically removes her heart. Yeah. Yeah. So he surgically takes Selina's heart out, drops her at Gotham Hospital. However, Batman, Dr. Midnight, able to save her. Battle for the cow. Got the entire Bat family fighting for that prize. Who's going to be the next Batman? Who is it? Catwoman is a member of Nightwing and Robin's team. She is a part of their network. Then you got Sirens, which is a fun little series between her, Harley, Ivy. They're all living together in an abandoned animal shelter after Ivy saves her from Bone Crusher. They team up. They have some fun. Ivy wants to know who Batman is, because she knows Selina knows. Ultimately, Selina does not give up that information, But she does reveal to Ivy that it is Hush posing as Bruce Wayne. Blackest Night is another one. I mean, she becomes a member of the Black Lantern Corps. DC New 52, once again, front and center. Own monthly title. It's focused on her early days, not her origin story, because they've realized, we've heard it, we know the origin. We don't need the origin of Selena Kyle. You know, they show her origin once. Number 0. And it draws from Batman Returns. We have DC Universe. She's gone for a while. She reappears in the city of Bane, where Thomas Wayne is there from Flashpoint. And he's not the good guy. She teams up with Batman to take out all of Batman's enemies, including Bane. Thomas Wayne, in an attempt to break Bruce's spirit, murders Alfred right in front of him. Like, rolls his dead corpse out and is like, "You broken yet?" But they defeat him, utilizing... I forgot his name. I gotta look at my notes. Psycho Pirate and Scarface. Oh. But, I mean, this is a character we could talk about for hours and never fully go into what makes Catwoman amazing. If it's her clothes, her personality, her bad girl, good girl, or if it's the fact that regardless, she's doing what she thinks is right. She's living by her own code, her own morals, and maybe that's what makes her great. Maybe I just think she's great. Either way, this has been E-Girl in Crisis. Thank you guys for watching. Next week, I'm going to try to do something a little special, a little different, possibly involving food, drinking, and a movie debate. I will see you all later. Have a safe, wonderful week, especially with COVID still going around. Bye, guys.